Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre SE automatic. This car's covered just 64,000 miles. It's a 2013 62 plate car. It's actually my wife's car, which is finally up for sale, which we have to do on a regular basis, and she's not happy because she loved this one and it is in lovely condition. Front of the car, as you can see there, nice and clear on the lights and lenses, no cracks or condensation. Bumper very clear as well. Bonnet, hardly a stone chip anywhere on it at all. It's in lovely condition, this car. Near side, wonderfully smooth in the panels. Bumper corners again, all very clean and tidy. The offside, driver's side, again absolutely mirror smooth there. And final panel work, I mean, it's just got a real crispness to the look of the car, so it's been kept very, very well indeed. Only wheel that shows any marks, couple spokes with a couple of tiny little marks which could be easily touched in, but it is in extraordinarily good condition. Let's come into the boot area. Massive boots in the car, normally very heavily used, but this one's been kept wonderfully well. Let's come into the back of the car now. For some reason the videos make the centre of the seats look slightly pinky purpley. They're not, they're black. I have no idea why the video does it. It always does it on this type of car, but it's in beautiful, beautiful condition back here. Same goes for the front seats. Ignore the fact they look slightly purpley, they aren't. And again, in super condition. It's finally coming in on the driver's side. Again, all very, very clean and tidy. Likewise, driver's seat, again, kept very, very well. You've got to sort of pinch yourself, it is 10 years old ultimately. So we're inside the car now, engine's running through the sections of the dashboard can be seen illuminated. Which looks pretty much as new. It's in absolutely beautiful condition. And just to come up here, put that into reverse, get that lovely clear parking camera all working exactly as it should. And across the dashboard, again, no warning lights on, 64,263 miles, all working exactly as it should there. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for Honda CR-V 2-litre SE automatic. The car's registered LL62LFD, and mileage is 64,256. The reason for doing all our videos, and especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see them in operation. The reason is we've, like many people, been to see cars which have looked perfectly good in photographs and description, only to get them find out it's got issues which show up while you're driving, so that's why we do it. As you'll know from the walk around video, it was a bit of a busman's holiday driving this car, because this is my wife's car, or it's now going to be up for sale, reluctantly on her part. So we know the car very, very well indeed. It drives absolutely beautifully. Engine starts instantly and settles to an absolutely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle as well. Honda, as I pretty much always say, they build the best four-cylinder engines in the world, and this is a classic example of why. I mean, they are incredibly strong and reliable, cam chain driven. There's no cam belts on them to worry about, but it's just so smooth and sweet sounding. It's just a pleasure to use day in, day out. It's so easy on the ear. It's pretty good on fuel as well for the type of car it is. But it's very flexible. It's just a joyous engine to use on a regular basis. It really is. Engine then feeds through the auto gearbox, which, like the engine, beautifully engineered. very slick, smooth shifting gearbox. Rarely does it get caught out, if ever. The reputation of the boxers are like the engines, instead of being very, very long lasting and tough. Notwithstanding reputation, as I always say, you should still do the obvious checks on any automatic car, and that's to when you're selecting drive or reverse from stationary, there shouldn't be any sort of clunks, big metallic clunks or delays in engagement. And when you're on the move, the gear changes should be smooth, and as in this case, they're absolutely perfect in that sense. Sorry, the sun's a bit low, a bit glary for this part of the video, so I do apologise. But this one working absolutely perfectly. You've got the paddles on the steering wheel here, which you can use, again, working exactly as they should. So if you want to overtake but control which gear the car stays in, you can do that as well. Steering on the car, again, I've always said on CRVs, is brilliant because it's just so car-like to drive in every way. And it helps. It starts with the steering, really. It's very fluid feeling, beautifully weighted, it's very accurate and precise, but it's very confidence inspiring. Some cars you get in, they can feel quite quick on the steering, but then the car can't really keep up with it. They can feel quite nervous, especially the quicker you go. This at all speeds feels really secure and solid on the road. I mean, Honda know this marketplace incredibly well, with the CR-V being the best-selling SUV in the world, and it's obvious to see why, because how nicely the thing drives. The steering also, by the way, exhibits no sort of wobbles or vibrations at speed, and we know that because we drive it day in, day out. It also tracks absolutely dead straight as well. Suspension on the car, well, I'm looking for a road test, and this bump here is about the worst one on the road test, and it's, if you can hear any sort of mechanical clonking or rattlings coming from underneath, you'll hear it on that one, and there's nothing at all. It's all exactly as it should be. Suspension gives you a very comfortable, very well damped ride, designed to get you and your family from A to B as comfortably as possible. And comfort's a very subjective thing. Some cars can give you a very pillowy ride and think, oh, this is lovely, they smother even the tiniest little bumps, which is all fine if you drive on dead straight roads, but as soon as you get around corners, you find the cars kind of lurch about, and they get a lot of swaying, quite nauseating motion. CR-V strikes a really nice balance between having enough firmness to allow it to go through corners with really good body control, and it's not a sports car, so I'm not pretending it is, far from it. But what it does brilliantly well. They hit the sweet spot every time with the CR-Vs in that respect, and as I say, done a particularly lovely job on it. I'm just going to turn up here, and then give the brakes a bit of a thump. So just going to get up to speed and then give the brakes. I know they're good anyway, obviously we're driving the car day in, day out, but just for demonstration purposes, I'll hold on to my things. But brakes nice and hard, really solid brakes on the car, powerful, pull the car up nice and true, no vibrations or pulsing coming back through the brake pedal at all, so all fine there. Worth pointing out, by the way, that hopefully today or tomorrow this car will be going in for an independent MOT, so these things will be checked as a matter of course anyway. So coming inside the car, first things first, you've got brilliant visibility of the CR-V, obviously helped by the being up higher, but you've got these massive wing mirrors, great forward and rear visibility on them. Again, it's really confidence inspiring on motorways and where you've got to change lanes, seeing what's going on around you. It's also a really, really well made car. I mean, they are beautifully put together, and it's been kept in very, very nice condition in here as well. Everything working as it should inside. It's a dashboard that's simple and easy to use, nice big radio, you've got your hands-free on there as well. It's getting all working exactly as it should. Likewise, air conditioning pumps out lovely cold air, and you can have dual zone on this car as well, different temperatures side to side if you so wish. Dash in front or binnacle, again, simple, easy, legible dials, very nicely laid out. It just gives you the information you need and no more. It's perfect in that sense. Auto lights, auto wipers, cruise control, all working exactly as they should. Steering wheel, which looks and feels like new, and on this trim it's leather bound as well. The whole car feels lovely condition for a car of its age and mileage, and the fact that they are predominantly used for sort of family use. It's got away with it really, because it just feels nice and crisp in here in terms of how it's been kept. This is, by the way, a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V, and as with all CR-Vs with four-wheel drive, there's no buttons to press. It does it for you. Again, Honda in their wisdom realised very quickly that the vast majority of people that own these cars will be driving as I am today in perfectly good conditions where you don't need four-wheel drive on. So basically it runs in front-wheel drive, which is the most efficient way to pull a car along. Only if it needs to go into four-wheel drive will it do so, and it does that when it recognises the front wheels are starting to lose grip, snow, ice or mud, something like that, and it reacts quicker than you could. So it's incredibly quick. It just brings in the rear wheels. It's almost like someone giving you a push in your back to help you on your way. We've got this one, our other CR-V we tow a caravan with four-wheel drive. We've never come close to getting stuck in either of them. The fact that it is not in four-wheel drive most of the time also helps with the fact that they get through their tyres far less quickly than permanent four-wheel drive cars. There's also a lot less mechanical stress put on the vehicle, and obviously they use less fuel as a result of less frictional losses. And its simplicity also gives its reliability, by the way, because in 30-ish years of selling Hondas using this system, we've never put a spanner on a Honda four-wheel drive system, so it's robust indeed. Anyway, the point of the video was to show you the car and to feedback on any of the issues, of which there's nothing at all. It drives absolutely beautifully.